let you down. Would've gave you anything, would've gave you everything. Oh, I promise, I swear to you I'll be okay. You're only the love of my life. You probably think that you are better now, better now. You only say that cause I'm not around, not around. You know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Would've gave you anything, would've gave you everything. You know I say that I am better now, better now. I only say that cause you're not around, not around. You know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Would've gave you anything, would've gave you everything.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash. No need to go nowhere fast. Let's enjoy right here where we at. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time. As long as you right here next to me, everything's gonna be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm tired of the fake love. Show me what you're made of. Boy, make me believe.
Whoa, hold up, girl, don't you know you're beautiful? And it's easy to see.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
So won't you
Ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
So come on, ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes. So come on, ride with me, ride with me. Baby, if it's meant to be. Maybe we do,
Maybe we don't,
maybe we will, maybe we won't. But
if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
Sing it, baby.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
Let's go.
So won't you ride with me, ride with me. See where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to the second AA varsity semifinal of the afternoon between the G.W. Graham Grizzlies and the Langley Saints. The Saints have won the coin toss and elected to defer. We'd like to introduce your officials to today's game. The head referee, the Sarge, Walter Becker. Umpire, Oral Williams. The head linesman, Farrell Taphorn. Line judge, Gary Kingston. And the back judge, Bruce Hawkshaw. The observer for today's game, Mr. Greg Barnes, 25-second, Mr. David Moore, and the timer, Kent Taylor.
All right, football fans, good afternoon. Welcome to BC Place as we get set for semifinal football here at the AA level. As it's the GW Grizzlies taking on the Langley Saints here. So it's Jake Elliott, Matt Macri with you from BC Place on SportsCanada.TV, the home of the BC High School football playoffs. And Matt, these two teams met back in October. It was a game that was featured here on the BC High School football game of the week. And probably the best game of the games of the week as a 20-19 win there for the Grizzlies. And Langley's lone loss of the season as these two rivals clash again here in the semifinals as the ball is teed up and we're set to go. But we're set for a good one here for sure, and it may be a quick one as well, Matt, as these two teams do not pass the football very much. As kick it off, let's play some football as the Grizzlies will receive the opening kick, and they'll have a little bit of a trouble with it, but now the return on. Back out past the 10-yard line to about the 12 there. As Liam Dallas on the return gets about 10 yards. As Matt, I mentioned that 20-19. If we get another performance of that, sign me up.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, both these teams play really tough. And like you said, they run the ball a lot. They both got big, strong running backs. They like to play a little smash mouth football, and they both do it really well. And I want to see a 20-19 right now myself. We had a really good one in the grade 8 game. It was 24-22. Came down to no time left on the clock for St. Thomas More to win it out from underneath the Van College.
Yeah, that was the grade 8s, right?
Yeah.
Here's the opening play from scrimmage, and shockingly, Matt Macri, it's a run to the left side as they'll get out to about the 13-yard line there with Jaden Klassen, who had such an impressive regular season for the Grizzlies, averaging 155 yards per game along the ground, an 8.8 average per carry for Mr. Klassen, which is just off the charts.
I've seen Jaden Klassen play many times before. He's a very strong runner, good on his feet. That one there, they just kind of caught his leg out from underneath him and he fell down, but he looked like he was coming off tackle like he usually does.
Here's a handoff from Frick sweeping as Dallas to the right side. Trying to turn it upfield, and pretty good defense there from the Saints to string that one out to a limited gain. And it'll bring up third down here on this opening drive for the Grizzlies.
Liam Dallas, he's quite a firecracker out there on the field and does a really good job on the end around there. Picks up a couple of yards, but not a whole bunch.
And, of course, that regular season matchup between these two teams going out in Chilliwack as well. So the Grizzlies having the benefit of playing on their home field in that one, but neutral site for this one as a third down and 6 here. A draw play up the middle, and it won't go for much. And that's really when you limit yourself and you know you're going to run the ball, the other team knows they're going to run the ball, the announcers know you're going to run it makes it a lot easier for the defense to just load up in the box and stop the run.
Exactly. On the flip side of that with the offense, you got to make them beat you before you change what you're doing. Here, Langley kind of figured out what they're going to try and do, so the Grizzlies are going to have to come back. They're going to punt here, and they're going to come back in their next series and try something different because Langley definitely knows what they're planning on right now.
I don't know if they are going to try something different. I think it's just going to come down to the line of scrimmage here today, Matt, and who can assert their dominance on both sides of the football here because, listen, when Langley gets on offense, they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to pound the rock and test the Grizzlies' front line.
Yeah,
and that's where the game will be won and lost here today. Who can control the line of scrimmage and who can run the football consistently here in this semifinal game?
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a huge thing. Look at the size of those O-line and D-line boys, though. Those are big boys out there throwing bodies around.
And we're talking AA here, too, as well, and that's a lot of beef along that line of scrimmage for sure. And now fourth down here, so the Grizzlies will have to kick away as Colby Bissett stands back at his own 5-yard line. Good snap and high kick. Wobbler, however, as it'll bounce around the 40. Take a Grizzlies bounce near midfield. It's going to keep on rolling here. All the way. Good punt from Bissett down to the 48-yard line here of the Saints. So just over half a football field here to go for Langley as they take the field for the first time on offense.
As that Grizzlies defense gets out there, look at the size of that D-line coming at you. They're going to be putting some pressure on. They're filling some holes really well.
Let's see how they do here as it'll be Gosen at the pivot for Langley. And just as impressive as Klassen has been this season, he might be overshadowed by one Kai Thomas, who went for real big yardage in the regular season. I believe upwards of 1,500 yards on the year through preseason, regular season, and a playoff game as well. And here we go, and a big run on first down, up the far sideline. It's a foot race, and forget it, touchdown Saints.
Well, Kai Thomas gets grabbed there, and it looks like he's not going anywhere, but then he just bursts out of it. It's almost like he had a second gear there that he shifted into. Hit the turbo, hit the nitrous button, and he was out of there.
My goodness, that was explosive. As you watch it again here on Sports Canada TV, got the key block on the edge, and right there, unable, going high, never a good idea on Thomas, and then it was a foot race, and nobody's catching 24 from behind as he takes it 52 yards on the opening play from scrimmage for a touchdown.
Well, and I think Langley watched some tape here, and they know what they got to do here. And going up the middle is not the case. When you got that much meat in the middle, you got to get to the outside, and Kai Thomas did a great job of that.
Josh Gosen playing quarterback and place kicker here for the Saints. Bangs that one through. And I'm trying to recall, it was quite some time before Langley got on the scoreboard major-wise for the Saints back in that regular season matchup, but they score early here, just 2:27 into the contest, and they're up 7-0.
Yeah.
And Langley coming in as the 4th-ranked team, Grizzlies as the 3rd-ranked. We just saw the Panthers have their way with the Whalers in the previous semifinal game. Matt, you were calling that game, and Vernon, number 1 ranked overall in AA, and look like they're going to be a tall test for whoever wins this football game to take on Vernon.
Well, Caden Danbrook and Zach Smith are force out there. Now, the whole team plays really well together. Short bench plays really well together. But Caden Danbrook and Zach Smith really took over that game when it needed to. It was 0-0 until 2 minutes left in the first half. And then all of a sudden, Vernon put one on and then put another one on quickly with a pick by Zach Smith on defense to take it down and punch one in with like 6 seconds left on the clock going into the half.
Squib kick up the middle here, and it takes a good roll down to the 9-yard line. Return on here for the Grizzlies. And now something on here for Spanner as he's pushed out of bounds. Out across the 35, looks like to the 37-yard line. Good return there for the Grizzlies after giving up the touchdown. The offense comes back on after a 3-and-out, and they'll try and get their run game going.
Well, and here's the thing, too, is you look at this Grizzlies game, like Caleb Spanner does a good job returning the ball here, gets up the sideline, puts on a burst of speed, and just gets shoved out of bounds there. But the one thing that these GW Grizzlies are missing is standing over the sideline is number 80, Logan Bukowitz, who can change a game just by himself, and he hasn't been able to play at all this season.
No,
and
it's tough for Bukowitz as well, as he got hurt in the opening game of the season against the Hayeks.
Yep.
And what we believe is a hamstring injury, and just has not been able to recover from that. As here's a good run on first down, weaving his way for 12, 15 yards by the end of it, as Colby Bissett with a nice dash gets out towards midfield.
Well, and I think the Grizzlies realize that going up the middle isn't going to really bring out the fruits that they want. So there you go, get him to the outside. Beautiful blocking there. And Bissett does a nice couple of moves, steps out of one tackle, gets the first down, keeps going, pushed out of bounds.
Big frame, good balance there on that run from Bissett. 1st and 10 here for the Grizzlies. Right on the 50-yard line from the right hash mark. Grayson Frick in the shotgun. Saints show blitz. They come up the middle. The run goes up the middle. Following blockers, bounces off his own man. He's got 10 to the Saints 40-yard line. And if not running into his own blocker there, he might still be running.
Well, yeah. His biggest impediment was number 11, Jet Thomas, on his own team. Here he goes, steps through the hole. Beautiful block there. Gets him upfield, and then it's the receiver who's coming back to block for him that slows him up. And then,
you see Jet Thomas there is like, man, like, I could try to get out of the way, man.
And then Kai Davis and Ciaran Davies are able to wrestle him down to the ground.
So 2 good runs. Down to the 40-yard line now of Langley. Here's Klassen again, running off tackle, and Klassen busting into the open field, trying to stiff arm him in, and gets almost down to the 10-yard line. Another 29-yard rip there from Klassen. As I mentioned, Matt, we're going to see a lot of runs here today, and so far that is the case. No passes But both teams showing the ability to open up some holes.
Well, here, Klassen does a great job running here, but it's Randhawa here who stays with us after this vicious stiff arm. Like, he's just hammered upside the head, and he's able to hold on and pull him down as he's going to the ground.
Well, just outside the 10-yard line. They'll put it on the 10.5 here so they can still pick up a first down without getting into the goal line. And Klassen running again, and Klassen scoring. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Well, I think these teams might have said no more 19-20. Let's go 49-50.
We'll see. I mean, it's got the potential to be that type of game. But I also think that these two defenses are going to be way too prepared and have a little too much pride here to allow. They're not going to throw the ball here today. No. So it's going to be up to the defenses here to tackle well.
Yeah.
Lining up for the extra point is Colton Holt. Snap and hold are good, and looks like we got a whistle here, and I think it's offside on Langley. The kick was good, and we'll see if they gave the option here to the. It looks like they tried to blow that down before the snap here, but the kick was good. We'll see if they allow the extra point and just decline the penalty. And that is the case.
Yeah, decline.
It almost looked like they tried to blow that play down before it ever got started, but nice job there from Holt just to continue through his motion there and kick that ball anyway.
Yeah. You know, it shocks me that they don't throw the ball, either of these teams, because they have good quarterbacks and receivers. I mean, on the one side, you got Grayson Frick throwing the ball, but you've got Hopwood and Liam Dallas and all these Caleb Spanner. Jet Thomas that can catch. And on the flip side, you've got Tomica throwing the ball when you got excellent receivers in Kaysen Horan and Hayden Horan and Doherty. I mean, these guys have all done well this year and in their careers. You'd think that you'd see more of an air game here, but nope, they ground and pound.
Well, I think really you got to play to the strength of your team, and both the strengths of these two teams are their lines.
Yep, 100%.
And these guys are playing on both sides of the football as well. So, 7-7 here with 8:16 to go in this opening quarter as the Saints about to get the football back. I'm not sure the official likes the way the ball is teed up. And says, let's move it ahead here 5 yards because they forgot to tack on that offside penalty after the extra point. So heads up officiating there. As a bit of a shorter kick here now for Colton Holt, who just made that extra point. Two Saints stand back around the 14-yard line for this line drive kick that takes a hop and brought in. And here we go with Kai Thomas, who makes the cut. Keeps the legs moving out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And a bit of a longer field this time for the Saints, but it only took one play on their previous possession, as Kai Thomas took it 52 yards on the opening play from scrimmage, as he returns that one out to the 27. And the Saints offense will look to respond after the Grizzlies offense responded after giving up a touchdown.
And what a difference a year makes, because this Langley Saints team had a really rough go at it last year, and then to turn around and be here in this position this year is just awesome for the program.
Thomas, the tailback, he'll take the handoff right up the gut and pick up about 5 on that first down carry. And it's hard not to watch where the football is and where the football is going here, Matt, but I'm so intrigued by the matchup on the line of scrimmage by all these big bodies down there and who is winning that battle. That's kind of where my attention's going from time to time. And not that these tailbacks and running backs aren't talented, but I really think it's because of the holes that these guys are opening up that they've had such success.
Well, watch how many white shirts end up second level here, blocking downfield.
There's Thomas again. He just powers his way through and refusing to go down as the scrum moves out towards the 40 here, and this will be good enough for a Saints first down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're talking about those linemen getting to the second level, Matt, and that's really the key to those zone runs where the running back's almost looking to the second level, knowing that his linebacker or his linemen are going to clear that path to the second level. He's not looking to beat the tackles. He's looking to beat the linebackers.
Yeah. Yeah, they're already reading downfield because they know that these guys are going to do their job.
3 in the backfield this time. That's another run for Thomas, and he's hit hard after a 3-yard gain. And gets driven backwards. That's still a positive gain there. It'll bring up second down. As 2 more football games to come here on the road to the Subway Bowl. By the way, Subway, our title sponsor here for the BC High School football playoffs. TSN 1040, Riddell, Baden, Pro Team, Barron Rings, MVP Athletic, Indigo, and Canada's source for football, Kahuniverse. A big thank you to all our sponsors here at BC Place and Sports Canada TV for bringing you the BC High School football playoffs on the World Wide Web. And what a treat it is here for all these kids to be playing in the playoffs at the home of the BC Lions. Second down and 7. And I believe this is Joe Hall on the carry. And again, they just keep moving the pile.
Well, that line is just getting out there and powering. And, I mean, I got to give props here to number 65, Zach Rohan, who's the center, look how far he is up the field after snapping that ball, and he's the lead guy pushing that pile forward.
That's impressive. And we do have an injury down on the field here. Looks like upper body may be the issue, and it is to, I want to say, maybe the center here for Langley.
Zach 65, Zach Rohan. And I think he got kind of pinned in between the D-line and the push.
I think he'll be okay and be able to return. Maybe just a stinger there, but doesn't have to come off the field to play for at least one snap of the football. And looks really dejected coming to the Langley sideline, so I don't know if it's something more serious than it might look. But I think Rohan will get back into this football game as it'll be 3rd and inches here. They did not get enough for the first down. As Gosen will misdirection as Joe Hall plowing his way left for a gain of 4, and that'll again move the chains here for the Saints, and it'll keep that clock moving as well.
Well, I love this Joe Hall playing out of the backfield here as fullback. I love always having the big fullback out there, and he does a great job just picking up the yardage he needs, plus some. The barrel roll at the end was just a bonus.
Yeah, and he's one of those backs that's looking to inflict a little damage of his own at the end of runs as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't mind taking a hit, but doesn't mind giving one either when he's got the football in his hands. And here's the pitch play to Thomas. Gets past one man. Thomas trying to shake free from another. And he's close to another Saints first down with a gain of 8. And I think a nice job here from Coach Piché as well to mix up runs left, runs right, traps, counters, draws, up the gut. Like they're running, but he's doing a nice job of disguising and changing things up.
Keeping them guessing where the run's going. They got to be on their toes. A really good job by number 50, Jackson Saunders, to get over there and get on Kai Thomas before he could get his motor going, because once Kai Thomas gets going, he's hard to stop.
Joe Hall trying to get the first down on second down, and I think the Grizzlies might have stopped him short by about a half a yard. Well, pretty good job there from G-Dub to stack up Joe Hall for just a yard here and bring up 3rd and 1 now.
It'll be a big stop for the Grizzlies here if they can get this ball back without letting any more points in. It'd be huge for them.
Clock ticking down towards 4 minutes in this opening quarter. They'll work from the left hash mark, will the Saints. As Gosen up under center. Jumbo package in, 3 in the back. Look out, this little confusion in the backfield there, and I don't think they got it. In fact, they did not, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah.
But they will go here, no doubt about it, as Langley will go for it on 4th down from this area of the football field.
Well, I don't even think it'll be a second guess here, because it's just you're in their end. You're at their 36-yard line there. No point punting.
Yeah, they're inside that actually to the 38. So too long for a field goal, too short to punt it. And just a 4th and 2 here. And this kind of ground attack that the Saints have, they're not punting this football. And here's the handoff, and easily picking up the first down. Thomas, by his jersey, hanging on for dear life and brought him down. I believe that was Daniel King hanging on to Thomas, who was just trying to run away there, and that's some grip strength there to hang on to the jersey there of Thomas to deny him another touchdown.
Determination right there. Thomas does a great job cutting back through the hole here. And King gets by one hand. He's dragged down the field, gets back up to his feet for a second.
Man.
And at that point, he's able to wrap up Kai Thomas's legs.
And lost his helmet in the process. That is an impressive effort there from Daniel King. And now we do have an injured Grizzly down on the field. It looks like Cody Gortson needing some attention back near the 37-yard line.
Yeah, it was kind of the backside of the play there. I think he might have got rolled up on. They're checking out his ankle or his knee on him right now.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break and be back here for more BC High School football playoffs presented by Subway right after this. Being helped off the field to the Grizzlies sideline, who clears the playing surface now. Clock winds here for a 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Working from the right hash mark with Gosen. Handing off to Thomas, following all sorts of blocks. Thomas dancing his way to the 5, spinning his way into the end zone for a touchdown. And now you can see Matt Macri with why this kid scored 20 touchdowns this year and went for 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
The kid is a gamer.
He is, 100%. And here, just the determination. Like, he's got a ton of blocks in front of him. He's got a whole wall of white and yellow. But he gets to this end, and it's just him and the defender, and he fights and gets himself to the end zone, pushes himself all the way in. Beautiful job.
Takes a knee on the Saints sideline after that spirited run. Yeah, maybe just to catch his breath. He's another guy that plays on both sides of the football. You get a good look there. Thomas trying to gather back some wind.
Well, and
extra point, sorry, Matt, is good.
The guy who took him down, number 21, Brent Bilodeau, really kind of flung him to the ground at the end there, too. So he could have gotten a little shaken up on that. But like you said, he's a gamer. He'll be back.
And I believe Bilodeau, one of their leading tacklers, along with King.
Wow, that King, wow, that was unbelievable. I love seeing something like that.
Yeah, like he stopped the touchdown on the previous play, but ends up getting to the end zone anyway. But the effort from King on that one-handed jersey tackle, that's like, so far that's the play of the game here, and it's a tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the ground, back up to his feet, almost like water skiing, you know. He pulled him right back up to his feet.
Well, yeah, that gives you the idea on the strength from Thomas as well, right? Like, he has the ability to drag a guy like that, and King showing his strength, hanging on for dear life.
The number of white and yellow shirts that were out in front of Thomas there heading towards that end zone just shows you the blocking, the commitment to blocking that this Saints team's doing right now.
And the scheme as well.
Yeah.
There's the kick. It's short and high. Drops down at the 15. And busting through one tackle, trying to cut it back. Spinner gets back out past the 30. Another good return there for the Grizzlies.
Oh, no, that was Caverly.
Oh, excuse me.
Josh Caverly, yeah. Does a good job. Comes back across the field, gets behind his blockers, and then just powers straight up the field here. Great job. 2 hands over the ball. Good protection. Gets out there, keeps himself low behind the blockers.
And covers up, wraps up when he knows he's going down. That's good football. So ball will start on the 33-yard line here of GW. And now trail 14-7 in what has been a real entertaining opening quarter here of this second semifinal matchup. Winner takes the Vernon Panthers on next Saturday here from BC Place. Klassen running hard, and he's got 9.
Wow. Jaden Klassen is such a power back. He's getting 10 yards on every run here. You said his average was 8 on the season?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
And that, limited stats here, only listing 4 games for each team in AA.
Right.
But, yeah, those are the numbers. 155 yards per game, 8.8 along the ground per carry.
Nuts. You see it.
And then you flip it on the other side, and Kai Thomas has even more impressive numbers, which is just mind-boggling. And you can see why these two teams are so highly ranked in AA.
So you're telling me Kai Thomas got 20 touchdowns in 4 games?
Over the course of the whole year. So Howard Samura at varsityletters.ca, obviously he's got the full gamut of he keeps his own stats, I think.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
he'll give me the full meal deal over the course of the whole season. And if I do recall reading through an article on varsityletters.ca, make sure you check that out. Nobody covers high school sports in British Columbia better than my man Howie Samura.
Yep.
But yeah, that 1495 I believe was the yards along the ground, and 20 touchdowns for Kai Thomas. And we'll see a man later tonight in Deshaun Johnson, who had a whack of those himself for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish. Is a pass, Matt Macri. Down to the 28 is complete as Balshir Rashwanda makes the catch, and a nice throw there as well.
It was Colton Holt.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Colton Holt makes the catch here. And Frick does a good job. He's scrambling. He doesn't know where to go with it, and he sees Holt at the last minute and just throws it down.
I know he's going to take a pop at the end of that as well.
And Holt brings that in knowing he's getting lined up, and there's Kai Thomas just slams him to the ground.
Looking at the wrong roster, man. Here's Klassen again. And he'll lose a couple on that first down carry. Well, like you said, Grayson Frick, that's standing in there knowing he's about to take a hellacious hit and then delivering the football on the mark. That takes some courage and some talent to complete that pass.
Yeah, and I've watched him play before, and he has no fear, it seems. He just stands in there. He's ready to deliver that ball any given time.
Well, play clock held up here. Game clock down to 8. This should be the final play of the opening quarter. As Frick will work out of the shotgun with Klassen in the backfield, doubled over. Hands on his knees here, which gives you an indication probably a little bit tired. And do we get a timeout call?
Nope, it was he didn't get the snap off in time. I was watching the clock here. And it clicked over to 0, and then the ball was snapped. So,
all right, they do not get the playoff in time, and quarter number 1 is in the books. Two teams will flip around here for quarter number 2. Entertaining opening 12 from BC Place in this AA semifinal matchup. Langley score twice. GW score once. 14-7. Saints lead the Grizzlies. We'll take a quick break here on SportsCanada.TV. Be back with more football action presented by Subway right after this. All right, football fans, welcome back inside BC Place as we get set for quarter number 2 here. Jake Elliott, Matt Macri with you. 14-7 Saints lead the Grizzlies, but Grizzlies driving here as we start the second quarter. It's Klassen on the carry, running left. Stiff arms a man and goes down after a gain of 7. He'll bring up 3rd and 3. As we've seen just the one pass in this football game so far. Look at the shoes on the lineman down there. How about those things?
They're camouflage.
Yeah, I like them. I like them as it's just been Kai Thomas and it's been Jaden Klassen trading punches here so far in this one. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying.
Exactly, yeah. Well, big number 45 there for Langley gets blocked, Ciaran Davis gets blocked by Mason Murphy right into Jaden Klassen's path there, and was able to take him down. There's nothing like a gift like that, eh?
So 3rd down and 4 here, just outside the red zone, if you will, on the 22-yard line. As Grayson Frick gets the call from the Grizzlies sideline, and he'll bring it into the huddle here. As Luke Aitchison play calling. And here we go with a 3rd down and a long 3. Snap. Grayson going to throw. Slant. Caught. And down to the 5-yard line. Nicely done there from Josh Caverly. As Frick puts one on the numbers for Caverly down to the 5.
Well, and that was a beautiful throw there.
Timing was perfect.
Just a little slant play. Hits him perfectly, and right down onto the 5-yard line.
Put some zip on it.
I'm loving these defenses, though. There's not one guy on the tackle. There's 4 guys on the tackle, and that's what you got to do in these sort of games here is everybody to the ball when you're on defense.
Grizzlies trying to tie it up here, at least get within one with a touchdown and whistle. Timeout Grizzlies before the play. So down on the 5-yard line here in the first half, down 7. Just before the snap of the football, they called timeout, I believe.
No, the Saints did. He just changed it and pointed back the other way, so it was the Saints calling a timeout.
That makes a little more sense there, man. It looked like they had the lineup and play that they wanted, and that's exactly why Langley called timeout.
Yeah.
They did not look like the look of their defense before that play, and just got the timeout in time.
Yeah. You don't want to typically ice your own offense, eh?
No.
Especially on the 5-yard line.
So timeout Saints. That's their first of the half. I mentioned 2 more great football games coming up. I don't know. Jay Prepchuk's going to slide into your chair, Matt.
Yep.
I don't know if you're sticking around or not, but 2 semifinals in AAA action coming up. Notre Dame will take on Lord Tweedsmuir. Those 2 teams have not played since 2012. But looking forward to that matchup, as I think that's going to be a great game. And then maybe even better than that, STM will take on Van College in the nightcapper. And man, that is shaping up to be a fantastic football game. You can catch them both right here on SportsCanada.TV, brought to you by Subway.
I went and watched that Mowat Tweedsmuir game a couple of weeks back, and Tweedsmuir looks on point.
There's Klassen looking for the goal line, and touchdown GW.
Wow.
A 5-yard carry for Jaden Klassen.
And that's a pure power back right there. I mean, he just comes in. Let's watch here in the replay. Comes across the quarterback, takes it, arms out, stiff arm and jab, and runs the guy over. Yep. And Kai Thomas there, he had to run Kai Thomas down to get into that end zone.
So 14-13, an extra point here to come from Mr. Holt. The holder is Caverly, who got it down. Kick just gets away. Up and good, and we're tied at 14. And I thought we may see a bit of a lower scoring game like we saw in the regular season, but if it's one thing I knew is that this game was going to be evenly played.
Yeah.
And here we are, 13 minutes and 16 seconds into this football game, and it's about as even as you can get. I don't know, we've seen, one penalty so far? A couple of passes only, but, I mean, it's been a real cleanly, well-executed game here between these 2 teams so far.
Both defenses are swarming. They're getting to the ball. They're playing really good. The blocking's phenomenal, but you can't take anything away from those runners. Those runners are unbelievable out there on either side of the ball. So were those the 2 top?
2 of the best in the province. AA, AAA, call it what you want. These guys are 2 of the best running backs in football in BC.
Yeah, got to agree with you there.
And Nick Osho for the STM Knights will be coming up later, and he had a monster year as well. I mean, the running backs that are left in, you look at Vincenzo Narduli for Notre Dame, Nick Osho for STM, Deshaun Johnson for Vancouver College. Like, all these guys, these are the teams that are at the end of the season here for a reason, as here's Kai Thomas on the return. And he's out close to the 30-yard line here for the Saints.
Well, yeah, you know.
And you can talk about defense and quarterbacks and special teams and all the rest of it. At the high school level, if you can assert your run game against the other team, you're going to be successful more often than not.
Exactly. And the key to that, and we both know this, is the big boys in the front line. And that's
Preaching to the choir here, Matt. Preaching to the choir.
That's the number one right there, because if you don't have an O-line, you ain't going nowhere.
I love those guys in the 60s and 70s, 50s, those numbers.
Yep.
They don't get any attention from guys like us, but it's up to guys like us to give them the attention, especially when you have two lines like this going head-to-head.
Yeah.
So can Langley respond here and get a third touchdown? It's Joe Hall on the first down carry. Man, does he lower the pads and run hard as he just trucked a man after a 5-yard gain.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing with him is he looks like he should be on the O-line, but he runs like he's got all the tools there, and there's the power.
Getting the pads low right here, and
it
just
blowing bodies off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King took a little extra at the end of that one.
Well, when it happened live, he actually patted him and said sorry after that.
No, nothing intentional there for sure. Second down, and let's call it 4. Handoff. And that one goes nowhere as Joe Hall might have ran into his own man there.
Well, I think Jackson Saunders, number 50 for the GW Graham, came off the end here.
Let's watch it again. By the way, I love the numbers on the sides of the helmet there for the Saints. That's a great look. Not going to put a logo there. I mean, logo on one side, and he kind of just ran into both his blockers there and went down. But I mean, give 50 the credit there for breaking that up.
Yeah, 50 and 65. Cody Gertson, good to see him back out there, and Jackson Saunders. They kind of just pushed the blockers back at the running back there.
Almost saw the old Sanchez butt fumble. Here's Gosen. He'll hand off. Good hole opens up there on third down, and let's check the spot here, man. I think they got it.
I think so, too.
They'll put it out past the 40-yard line and wave the chain gang ahead. So converting on a third down and 6 along the ground for Langley will move the sticks.
Well, and here's the thing. They may not get a lot of credit, but Kai Thomas obviously knows where his bread gets buttered because he stuck behind those blockers and followed him for that whole run. He just tucked himself in behind there and let them do the dirty work.
Well, 1st and 10, ball in the 40. We'll work from the right hash, I formation in the backfield. Just one receiver in there for this jumbo package. And it's a handoff to Thomas. He'll shed one tackle, keeps the legs churning, and pick up close to 3. Pretty good job there once again from GW on the interior to limit that gain.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of room there, and then you got to see when you got big lines like this. Sometimes the O-line wins, sometimes the D-line wins, and that's a D-line win right there. Jackson Saunders getting off, holding on to that jersey. And I think that's a GW trait there. Get a hold of the end of that jersey and just don't let go.
That's why you see those guys wear those skin-tight jersey where they got to put the jersey over the pads before they even put it on their body. Second down and 6 here for the Saints. And here comes the read option, and it's Gosen on the keeper, and maybe looked like a bit of a face mask in there, Matt. No flag goes flying, and no gain on that play. And GW, I think, is...
Yeah, he's shaking his face mask going, there's a flag down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I saw GW complaining, and I thought, well, what are you complaining about? Just watch the head of Gosen get kind of turned around there, and... The evidence right there from Gorton still had his hand on the face mask when he went down to the ground.
Yeah.
So our first big penalty of the game here goes against the Grizzlies for 15 yards. And those will always help to continue drives as it'll be spotted down now on the Graham 40-yard line. The kids out of Chilliwack. And here we go with, they got second down showing on the sticks here, and I don't think that's possible.
That's where they're blowing it dead.
Okay.
So, get that set back up.
Called a game or two here, man. I picked it up.
Good eye.
1st and 10. I'll pat myself in the back there. Running as Joe Hall. He's got some room. Joe Hall breaking free. Down to the 20 and then took a hit. Knocked out of bounds, but pops right back up.
A great job by Brent Bilodeau to get over there and stop a touchdown pretty much, because Joe Hall had a head of steam and he was going. He got laid out that one stiff arm, but Bilodeau was able to power past that and just bounce him out of bounds.
Yeah, just picked his way through and then started to open up the gate a little bit, but just watch the hit at the end of this.
Yeah.
And he knocked him right off his feet.
Yeah. Yeah, Bilodeau committed the body to that tackle, let me tell you.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, especially the big guy like Joe Hall.
Right hash mark here on a 1st and 10 now. Saints driving once again. And there's a little misdirection. Room, flag in. I don't think this one's going to count. Saints are in the end zone. And the celebration on here, but I think this one's coming back on Trenton Warren.
Yeah, I think so too. And he just noticed it. He was celebrating. He
had
around the corner.
He had it all planned out, what he wanted to do there after scoring a touchdown in this semifinal football game, and it's all for naught.
Yeah.
Because it's coming back on a hole.
Illegal block.
Tomato, man. It's coming back.
It's coming back. No matter how you cut it, that one's coming back.
Well, I shouldn't say that because it's just a 5-yard penalty instead of a 10-yard. So still manageable here on 1st down for Langley. I think one of my favorite celebrations I saw, I'm trying to think, I think it was Soriano from Vancouver College was doing the old trying to shake the football out of his hand, and it was pretending like it was sticking to his hand when he was trying to drop it. Like he had such good hands that it and these guys learn that, right? They see the pros celebrate, and they take those celebrations on to make them their own. Slipping down on the turf there was Joe Hall, and he'll lose
a couple yards on that one.
Well, actually, he'll gain a yard, but they're still 2nd and 14.
Yeah. And he just blows a tire on this one here, counters back the other way, cuts back the other way, and as he's going around, the turf monster grabbed his toe. I saw it. Just reached up and pulled him down.
He's wearing those short spikes. Needed longer ones on that run. Clock under 6 minutes to go here, 2nd quarter. In a tie football game. Here's Kai Thomas, and he gets the edge. Thomas, touchdown.
Wow.
Man, is he impressive.
He makes that first guy miss, and after that, he's just off to the end zone.
He's not looking to celebrate after that score either. I've done that 22 times already this year. I don't need to spike it.
Well, it's 3 on the day for him so far.
That is impressive stuff. And it looked like this play was going to go absolutely nowhere, and then just the speed to the outside.
Well, and that block, Jackson Saunders, number 50, and number 69, Mason Murphy, seemed like they had the outside edge. And all of a sudden, one of the O-line came back, and I think it was 65, Zach Rohan.
Crack back.
And just came back and blew Saunders up.
That went off the upright and wide to the right. So, missed extra point there will leave the Saints with a 6-point lead. With 5:40 to go in this opening half, Jake Elliott, Matt Macri with you from BC Place on SportsCanada.TV. For the road to the Subway Bowl here. And this is AA semifinal action. 2 more semifinal games to come up at AAA next. Tweedsmuir and Notre Dame. That'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff. And then STM and Vancouver College will be at 7:30. Thanks for tuning in. I know our fearless president of BC High School Football, Brian Gemmell, is tuned into the broadcast here tonight, man, up in Osoyoos. But tuned in as welcome aboard, Prez. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here so far. And who knows, maybe just settle in there. And you got another, 5 hours or so of 6 hours of football to enjoy here, President. So I hope you're on board and ready and stocked up for a long evening of pigskin here for BC High School football. Kickoff to the 10-yard line. Here's Caverly on the return, trying to get a block on the edge. Stringing this one out, and he'll run out of real estate at the 20.
Well, Caverly's got such good wheels. If he can get in open space, his stride is just phenomenal. He's got that good pickup and whatnot. Just couldn't get anywhere, couldn't get around that outside edge on this one.
So ball will start here, 80 yards to go, 5.5 minutes on the clock. I know the Press will be back for the big one next weekend, man. He's not missing that. But family first up there in Osoyoos right now.
You gotta. Next weekend is going to be a good slate of games.
Man. Be riding shotgun with Travis Lule for the AA and AAA finals. Hopefully we make our way back onto the TSN 1040 airways for the big one as well. As here's a handoff to Klassen on first down. He's got some room. Oh, just ran over a man at the 10-yard mark and picks up another couple of yards. A gain of 12, and it'll be first down for GW. And listen, I don't know who gave the keys to these two young girls down there in the golf cart patrolling the sideline. They are going nuts down there on that thing right now. They got Gatorade bottles on the back of that thing. They need a seatbelt for it.
They've been doing laps.
Yeah, get a radar gun out on those ladies down there.
There's two of them going, and they're having a blast out there.
Making me jealous. I need like a chauffeur from I walked the wrong way when I entered the building. I took the long way around.
Oh.
I got my steps in today, I can tell you that. Klassen on first down. We'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, Fitbit was screaming, that's for sure, eh?
I took a left instead of a right, and I thought, oh, well, it's just a circle. I'm halfway. But no, I definitely I won't be making that mistake again. And what is I don't want to say chilly BC place, maybe frigid. Not exactly warm in here, but not exactly cold either. You're wearing shorts and flip-flops for the listeners and watchers at home.
The shorts I do every day regardless, unless they're still.
Look out, here's a big one coming from the Grizzlies. As Holt makes the reception as Langley was loaded up for the run, and the ball went in the air. And Colton Holt picks up about 35 yards.
A beautiful catch, shoestring catch here too, because Frick throws it, and it's a low throw, so he pulls it up out of the dirt.
That's a great catch.
Great catch, good focus, makes a move there on Randhawa, and still gets a bunch of positive yards after that.
A little precarious carrying the football there, a little low for bread action. I wanted to see that thing tucked away a little tighter.
Yeah, no kidding.
1st and 10 here for GW, trying to answer back once again, down 6, Frick in the shotgun. 4 on the line here, and it's Klassen. No, it's Frick on the keeper, and he's going to slide for 10.
I think he's going to be just short of the first down. I think they're marking him about a yard and a half short of the first down there.
Well, it's the first time we've seen Frick take off with the rock, but everybody went to Klassen, and that one opened up nicely.
Yeah.
And smart play there from Frick to get down, and pretty good technique on the slide as well. Gain of 8, so 2nd and 2. Wipes the hands off on the towel. Takes the shotgun snap, handoff Klassen. He's got the first down and more. Following a block, Klassen wrapped up inside the 30 as a flag comes in late. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd spot for a flag to come and time for a flag to come in at the end of the play in that area, and I don't know what that could be for. Maybe a block in the back.
You don't really see anything here unless I think he might have gotten the face mask. I think the tackler on Klassen grabbed a hold of the face mask. You saw Klassen's head dip down.
Here's the call. Personal foul. Good eye, man. It is a face mask, so tack on 15.
Woo, my glasses still work. I can see.
And GW is going to be in business here after this penalty call.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. Yeah, you think after 3 years I'd remember not to wear sandals here, because the last couple of years I did it too on the first day I was here, and my feet froze.
Well, the first year I did it here, like I literally needed a parka, and you could see your breath coming out of your mouth, and it was. I think they got a semblance of heat turned on here at BC Place. It's nowhere near the. And then you had Farhan down on the sideline as a run here to the lineman.
Yep. That's Mason Murphy, big number 69, and they bring him out for the tough yards. I've seen them do it before. Picked up about 3 yards on the play here.
A little bit of an interesting call there on a 1st and 10 from the 10. They hand it off to Murphy, but go back to Farhan twist. I mean, he was wearing shorts down the sideline in that Ice Bowl, Subway Bowl, which was maybe one of the most iconic Subway Bowls we've ever had.
Yeah.
With that coming down to the final seconds of that game. Here's Frick under center on a 2nd and goal. It's Klassen. Makes a cut at the line of scrimmage and plugged up pretty well there from the Saints defense. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go here from the 5.
There goes Klassen off tackle there, finds a little hole, closes up quickly there. Great job by the defense to slam that hole shut on him and roll him backwards. Only picks up about 2 yards on the play.
Big play here for both teams as we work our way to halftime. Jumbo pack in there again with Murphy in the backfield as the up back. He'll take the handoff. Surge ahead. Saints will have none of it, and it's going to be 4th and goal here on GW.
Well, they're going to be on the 4-yard line, and I think they go for it here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a minute and 10 seconds. There'll be a minute left by the time they get set up in the half. They give up the ball on the 4-yard line. Not a big deal with a minute. They can put some pressure on. They score the tie game going into the half.
Yeah, and they don't leave Langley with much time here, and I think that's the idea here from the Saints is they want to call timeout and preserve some time.
Yeah.
In case they do get the stop here. That's a tough call. I don't know what you do for either team there. Like if you're GW, I think you run this clock down. You're 4 yards away from the end zone. You run it down as far as you can before running a 4th down play.
Yeah.
But for Langley, if you do come up with the stop, do you want a lot of time left on the clock from that area of the football field? I don't know if you do, so I think you let that clock run down as well.
Yeah, I think, you should get out of here with the lead if you're Langley. They want to make a big stop here, get the ball back. But, yeah, after that, they want to make sure that enough time runs off the clock that they don't have to give up that safety.
Both teams have had a chance to talk about this upcoming play here, both defensively and offensively. On a 4th down and 4 from the 4. And 55 seconds to go here in the half with the Saints leading the Grizzlies 20-14. Murphy is back up on the line. Klassen shaded off to the left of Frick with 4 receivers in. Do they go to the air here on 4th down? Shotgun snap, and they will pass for it. Frick looks in. He's got his man, and it's a touchdown for GW. Kobe Bissett brings it in and scores.
Well, and it's just a great job because Colby comes from the right side and ends up over on the left side just on a crossing pattern here. But such quickness, and he beats off the defender quickly to catch the ball and get up the field.
And I think GW saw what Langley was going to run. They called their time, and then they said, you know what? They're going to play us to run the football. Let's bring out 4 receivers and trust our quarterback to make a good throw on 4th down. Exactly what Grayson Frick did. Put it on the mark. An easy touchdown there. And now a botch snap. Look out. And that might be a horse collar tackle, but I can tell you it is a foiled extra point attempt. So we saw one doink off the upright. And now we see a botch snap, and the kicking game at high school level is always an adventure. Yeah. And they just couldn't pick that one off the turf, and it was doomed from the start.
Yeah, low snap here, just skips off the hand. Caverly can't get it out of the dirt, so he takes off for a run here. Really close to a horse collar there. Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah,
but a pretty good play nonetheless from Rwanda. Regardless, so now 2020 as both teams missed their 3rd extra point attempts.
Wow,
in different fashions, and we got a 2020 game here.
Such an evenly matched set of teams going at it here.
They really are. They really are. And the winner will take on the Vernon Panthers next Saturday night. And whoever comes out on top of this football game, they're going to have their hands full with Vernon, who got past Bolinas rather easily today. I know maybe the scoreline not quite indicative of how close that game was, but I don't care. Say what you want. You shut a team out.
Yeah.
You shut a team out.
Well, and that was the key to that game. I mean, really, when they got up 14-0 before the half, I think the game was really over because after that, Bolinas was taking big shot after big shot after big shot, and they just weren't working out.
It dictates how you got to play the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Long kick here for Thomas. Takes it in at his own 7. He's got a head of steam upfield. He's got some rim as well. Thomas weaving his way past center. And, he gets out to the 45-yard line, but he was one tackle away there from pay dirt for Kai Thomas. What a return.
A great defensive play by number 2, Colton Holt. Breaks down, doesn't bite into any of the moves of Kai Thomas, and just squares himself up, plays the hips. Beautiful job.
That is a heck of a tackle there from Holt. And that's a touchdown saving tackle as well.
Cole just gets the hands out. That's what I do.
Yeah, 41 seconds to go here. 65. Now what do we got? Flag comes in. Too many men in the huddle.
Oh.
Warren, the guilty party here, as he thought he was in the formation and was not. He's having a tough day. Got a touchdown taken away. Now he's too many men in the huddle. So make it 60 yards to go here. 41 seconds for the Saints. 2020. 1st and 15. Here's the pitch. It's Thomas. And hit hard after a couple. And maybe both teams here might be satisfied just to get to the locker room here in a tie game with 24 down and 24 to go.
Yep.
2020, have to decide it.
Well, it's Gertson and Saunders here once again that come and stand Kai Thomas out because Gertson gets a hold of him, but can't really do anything. And then it's Jackson Saunders that comes in and cleans it all up. Number 23, Liam Dallison on the tackle as well. But
should be the final play of the half here. And it'll be a run to Thomas on a counter. Hang on to the football. He does as he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Hold the football.
That will take us to halftime here in semifinal number 2 of AA football. After 24 minutes of play, nothing decided here between the Saints and the Grizzlies. 20-20. Here's your score. We'll be back with more BC High School football presented by Subway from BC Place on your home for high school football here in BC. Sports Canada TV in 15. We'll talk to you then.
So why would you fight or try to deny the way that you feel? Oh baby, can't fool me. Your body's got other plans. So stop pretending you're shy. Just come on and dance, 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 dance. Oh. Early morning, la la light. Only getting up to close the blinds. Oh, I'm praying you don't change your mind, 'cause leaving now just don't feel right. Let's do it one more time. Oh, babe, come dance in my living room, slave to the way you move. Hurts when I'm leaving you. Just dance in the living room, love with an attitude, drunk to an 80s groove. Hey, we come dance in my living room, slave to the way you move. Hurts when I'm leaving you. Dance in the living room, love with an attitude, drunk. It's only you, man, you know that it's real. So why would you fight or try to deny the way that you feel? Oh baby, can't fool me. Your body's got other plans. So stop pretending you're shy. Just come on and dance, 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 dance. Oh. Only human. It's only human. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Only human. It's only human. this up. I knew that this was doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, special, but it was just a sex door, and I still hear the echoes. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go, let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. Maybe you don't understand what I'm going through. It's only me. What you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me, what are you gonna do? It's only me. Let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away.
180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Don't stop now. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't show up, don't come out, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now, walk away, you know how, don't stop caring about me now. Walk away.
Hey Panini, Don't you be a meanie. Thought you wanted me to go, or why you tryna keep me teeny? It's a dreamy, wished it on a genie. I got fans finally, ain't you wanting them to see me? I thought you want this for my life, for my life. Said you wanted to see me thrive. You lied, just say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie. Thought you wanted me to go, or why you tryna keep me teeny? Now they need me. Number one, no screaming. No, yeah, you used to love me, so what happened? What's the meaning? I thought you want this for my life, for my life. Said you wanted to see me thrive. You lied. Now when it's all done, I get the upper hand. I need a big bitch, not another fan, but I still want you as a fan. I'ma need to sit down, don't mean to make demands, but I need you to say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
Check it to 10.
Tripping off me before I even knew her name. La la la, you felt like ooh la la la, yeah, no. Sapphire and moonlight, we danced for hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands. La la la, you felt like ooh la la la, yeah. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for you.
Back in the hotel, there's just some things that never change. You say we're just friends, but friends don't know the way you taste. La la la. Cause you know it's been a long time coming, don't you let me fall. Open your lips and dress me hooked on your tongue. Love your kisses deadly, don't stop.
I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave ya, but every touch is ooh la la la. It's true la la la. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for ya. All along I've been coming for ya, and I hope it meant something to ya. Call my name, I'll be coming for ya, coming for ya. For ya. Oh, she loves you when I come for ya.
Do you mean what you say? What you said now you can take away. You're my gospel, but I'm losing faith, losing faith. Do you mean what you say? Take a minute, do you need to stop and think? Where we at now, we can throw away the way. Show me that you mean it. Hey, show me that you mean it. Do you really mean it? Everything happens for a reason. Show me that you mean it.
Do you?
Show me that you mean it.
Do you?
I hope you mean what you say, girl. Hope you ain't lying to my face, girl. You said you needed some space, girl. I tried to stay out your way, girl. You heard some stories about my past, hey. Wish we could leave them in the past, hey. You said it's hard for you to trust again. I wonder if you're really over it. Bounce back like a rebound. Ooh, yeah. Are you saying what you mean now?
Do you mean what you say? What you said, now you can take away. You're my gospel, but I'm losing faith, losing faith. Do you mean what you say? Take a minute, do you need to stop and think? Where we at now, we can throw away.
Throw away. Show me that you mean it, hey. Show me that you mean it. Do you really mean it? Everything happens for a reason. Show me that you mean it.
Do you?
Show me that you mean it.
Do you? Time's up, what you gonna say next? Can't hide what you did to me, yeah. Put you out like a cigarette. Put me out of my misery, yeah. It's not you, it's me. Come on seriously. Heard that once or twice before. You got that straight from a movie.
Bounce back like a rebound. Ooh, yeah. Are you saying what you mean now?
Do you mean what you say? What you said, now you can take away. You're my gospel, but I'm losing faith, losing faith. Do you mean what you say? Take a minute, do you need to stop and think? Where we at now, we can throw away.
Throw away. Show me that you mean it. Hey, show me that you mean it.
All right, football fans, welcome back inside BC Place here on Sports Canada TV for the BC High School Football Playoffs presented by Subway. As we get set for second half action here from BC Place. Jake Elliott, Matt Macri with you, and heck of an opening half here, Matt. Even Steven as it goes here, 20-20 between the Grizzlies and Saints.
Well, it's a brand new ball game here, and they only got 24 minutes to play this game. And both these teams have come back and forth, and they've used their power running games. Grizzlies have thrown a few, but it's been, I guess there's a passing play that got them tied up there.
Indeed.
But besides that, it's been run, run, run.
Saints will receive the opening kickoff here as it's teed up on the 40-yard line by Colton Holt. He'll drop the arm and put the right onside kick attempt here. And the Saints aren't messing around. They'll just fall on top of that. Wilkie Thomas. No, excuse me, it's 14. Hayden Horan, who will fall on that one at the 36. Bit of a wrinkle there, and I'm not sure Holt ever really got the spin he was looking for off that kick.
I think you want a bit more of a bounce than that, kind of get it hit the ground a couple times and pop up in the air, but straight along the ground, little squibbler. And Hayden Horan does the smart thing here. Just get on top of that ball, maintain possession. They got a pretty good field position here.
36-yard line to start this drive here for Langley. And it's Kai Thomas who is hit in the backfield as the blocking never really got off on that play.
No, his blocker got on his guy, but it got pushed backwards almost right into him and just nowhere to go there. Number 72, Dallas Patton, ended up being more of a roadblock for him than a blocker.
See some of the Lord Tweedsmuir Panthers start their warm-ups. As it'll be Tweedsmuir and Notre Dame coming up next year. As we'll move into AAA semifinal action. Thomas dancing around in the backfield. He'll get past the original line of scrimmage, and a good surge there from the Saints offensive line will move him all the way out to the 44 and just a couple yards short of a first down.
Well, and Kai Thomas, I said this earlier too, is a smart running back here. Get behind the big boys and let them do the hard work for you. And he does exactly that.
Joe Hall with a key block.
Yeah. Big number 66.
I mean, right there, it looks like he's done, and then somehow manufactures another like 4 yards at the end of that play.
Yeah, and he's got 4 bodies on him while he's doing it.
And he won't get the first down on third down, however. As busting into the backfield there was Dylan Myers. And I'll bring up fourth down here for the Saints now.
A good job by Dylan Myers to get off the line there, come across and pick him up. Yeah, give props to the other side of the D line here, who stood up those blockers and didn't really give Kai Thomas very much room to run, and they're going to go for it here.
Sure they are. They'll go from the 45-yard line, just shy of it. Got to get to the 46 for a first down. It's Joe Hall, makes the move, lowers the pads, and he's got it. As he'll move the sticks here for Langley on a key play.
Well, the collision was right at the marker that they needed for the first down, and Joe Hall pounded those legs and just drove it forward another 2 yards here. Here's a handoff. He runs down the line, turns upfield, and makes big contact there, but just keeps driving those legs.
Well, when it comes to Joe Hall and one-on-ones, I'll take number 5 most of the time if he needs a yard.
Yeah.
First and 10, just inside the left hash. And it's Joe Hall on the pitch, trying to get the edge, and he's cut down by Colton Holt. And a great tackle out there on the edge, and a loss of 2.
Colton Holt, I think, only got a shoestring on this here, but it was enough for him to take down the big man. Joel comes around the outside edge, and Holt just hooks that ankle and pulls it out from underneath him.
You know, I'll say this, Matt, that aside from that maybe opening run for Kai Thomas where the tackler went high and was able – and there's been some big runs in this game, but I think for the most part, like, everybody's made the tackles that they're supposed to have made. And, that's a key part of this game is tackling.
Yeah, 100%.
As I put on my Captain Obvious hat.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, Kai Thomas here goes on second down. He tries to cut up the middle, and all the defenders are waiting there. When you get into two teams that are so evenly matched like that, you're waiting for a mistake, and it's usually the defense. You're waiting for the defense to make a mistake to capitalize on it, like Kai Thomas did on that first run. But besides that, it's been a lot of grinding it out, getting the yards you need to get that first down marker, and then, utilizing your downs again to grind.
3rd and 12 here, and a first throw coming for Gosen, and he'll complete it, but well short. As they move it into Grizzly territory here, but are still going to be, Matt, about 8 yards from the line to gain.
Yeah, at least 8 yards. Maybe 7. Maybe 7 there.
Let's call it 4th down for sure.
4th down and at least 7 to get in there. And
referee timeout here for Grizzlies injury, which may be a good benefit here for Coach Piche to decide what he wants to do. And I think the decision may have got changed during this injury timeout that the kick team is coming.
Yeah.
And we might see our first punt of the game.
You definitely don't see that. We haven't seen too many of those here in this game. And
None,
yeah.
That's not very many at all.
I think if they had picked up a few more yards, they might have kept pushing. But at this point, no, they need to get that ball down the other end of the field and play a little chess match here.
That's Austin Forgoose being helped off the field. We'll keep an eye on him. I have a feeling his afternoon is over.
Yeah.
As he hobbles his way to the trainer's table. Here's the snap. It's Gosen a short, and maybe this is why they don't punt often. Look out. This one goes about 20 yards in the air, and then will die down. And I'm surprised not to see Gosen go after that punt. Of course, the kicker can go recover his own kick, and that one was short enough where I thought Gosen
might take a run after
why
it.
not?
Yeah, get down there and try and get on top of it.
Saw that happen in the Canadian Bowl just a couple of weeks ago. Well, I guess it was last week, but not something you see very often, but a short kick there. It does garner some yardage, but you wonder whether they question the decision to kick away after that punt.
Yeah. But definitely didn't go that far at all. And then the rollback, it was almost like it was chasing Liam Dallas back up the field. And it rolled back towards the Saints end instead of rolling the way they wanted it to.
So a chance here for GW to take the lead, which they have not had the opportunity to do, to start a drive in that first half. And a whistle here before the snap on first down. And I think maybe some movement up front here will be a false start. No, offside.
Encroachment, yeah.
Lining up in the neutral zone was Langley.
You see the corner on the far end stepped over the line and then stepped back. You can step to the line, but you can't step over it.
I've been told that, Matt.
Yeah.
I've been told that before. Step to the line, but just don't step over. High snap, handed off. Klassen. Yeah, looked like Klassen went down, but that was a blocker that went down, and Klassen finds another 2 yards out of that and picks up close to 8 on a 1st and 5. Excuse me, on a 1st and 5, we'll pick up close to 3, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, oh yeah, Klassen goes down, but it was he bounced back up off Bissett there.
So he did go down.
Yeah, he started to, but Bissett was in front of him, and he was able to bounce himself back up off of it and get those extra couple of yards.
Oh, 2nd and short. Playbook wide open here for the Grizzlies. And Coach Aitchison. And they'll go with a pitch here to Klassen, who's got the first down. As he'll get it out past the 45 to the 46-yard line. And a 1st and 10 now for GW Graham.
Here, a little pitch out to Klassen, and Klassen squares that away, turns himself upfield, and gone. Bursts through, lowers those shoulders. Beautiful job.
Tell you, if they were ever behind schedule, these are the two teams that you want playing a game. I might have time for like a pregame nap after this one before the next one. Clock moving halfway through this third quarter. And Grayson Frick stands in the shotgun, hands off to Klassen once again, and this time tackled in the backfield.
Well,
is that Joe Hall getting home?
Joe Hall getting back there, getting a hold of Klassen. You got to like the speed of Joe Hall. I mean, he's got the size, but he's got the speed to go with it. And here he comes all the way from the far side, around the edge, runs down the line and takes Klassen out, and for a 2-yard loss, no less.
Yeah, I'll say, like, not exactly ripped in the physique department, but
no,
there's some speed inside that big frame of his.
Effort levels there every play, too. That's phenomenal.
Here's Frick to throw. 2nd and long, up the middle. Is that caught? What a catch.
Yeah, they're calling it a catch. That's Cavalry.
Going down to the ground to pick that one up. On a long throw there from Frick, who, I mean, that's late over the middle, which is never really a good idea. But all sorts of time in the pocket, and then put a good ball on there, and hands underneath. Caverly, nicely done. 1st and 10. Ball in the 37. Here's a fake handoff, and now Frick will run it, and a flag will come in. Because I think he wanted to give that ball to Klassen. And I don't know if Klassen just didn't want it, and then Frick was kind of forced to run with it himself.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it was a read option, but no one really read it very well. We got a flag on the play here now, too.
It's a holding call. Maybe call that the illiterate option there.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to give it to him, and then he was going to pull back, but then the defenders were right there.
And then the hold on the edge there from Caverly, I believe.
Yeah.
Who was caught. That'll back him up to the 46-yard line here. And they got to get down to the, 27 for a first down.
Yeah.
So 1st and 20. Crowd starts to make some noise here for this 1st and long. Frick throws on a slant, complete for an 8-yard gain, and that's good defense from Kai Thomas as well, as he timed up the hit perfectly on Jet Thomas, who was still able to hang on to the football.
Beautiful throw. Comes across, holds on to it.
Tell you what, watching Grayson Frick, it looks like he's attended the Jay Prepchuck quarterback camp a couple of times.
Regular customer. Regular
telling you,
customer.
technique is good.
His patience, his vision, yeah, he does a good job throwing that ball.
2nd and 13, time in the pocket. Now going to get flushed out, looking to run. Here's Frick. Flag in on the edge. And the Grizzlies are going to get called on another holding call as Liam Dallas just hung on too long and right in front of the official as well.
Yeah, he comes around the hold, and there it is. There's the hold right there. Grabs the arm. Didn't really need to. Frick, I think, could have made it out of bounds there. And, yeah, Liam Dallas just holds on a little bit too long.
An easy call there for the official to make. That was on 2nd and 13.
And it's going to be 2nd and, what, about 17 here? 18?
I'll put it back to the 46. Yep. Call it 19 to go here on 2nd down for GW. Four receivers in. Frick to throw. Good protection again over the middle, and that one low and incomplete. Pretty good coverage as intended for Thomas. And it'll be 3rd and long now. And that's, I think, where these two offenses may run into a little bit of trouble when they get penalties like that and find themselves in real long passing down situations. And it's not something they do a lot, and understandably so, they aren't very successful at it.
Well, in this drive here, especially the last little bit of it here, has been mostly passing. And I don't know if they're trying to catch Langley off guard and going to passing, but they haven't been having the success that they did with running the ball.
There's Frick to throw again on 3rd. Pump fake, looks deep down the sideline on a go pattern, and Holt brings it in. Touchdown.
He's going to mark him out. He's going to mark him out
down at
short.
the half-yard line, but what a catch and throw. Frick to Holt, and out at the half-yard line. How did he catch up to that ball?
Wow, that was unbelievable. He really just pulled that in with his fingertips and a hope and a prayer.
Got you out of your seat, Matt Macri.
It did. I can't see this corner here, and I wanted to see that catch, and it was fabulous and well worth jumping up for. There he goes, just pulls it in. And let's see, is he in?
Give him the touchdown.
Yeah, his body came out of bounds, and he swung the ball after the fact.
Give him the touchdown on that play right there.
Yeah, that was a great effort.
I think if that wasn't a great angle there, Matt, and I think his feet were out. I don't know if we can get another look at that, guys, but his feet were out. But where he was holding the ball in his hand, his body was out of bounds, but the ball, I think, went over the pylon.
Yeah, still out there.
You be the judge here. The throw was something special. The catch even more spectacular. But just watch here at the end. He transfers the ball into his right hand. Here's the push from Thomas from behind. He reaches out. That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. Yeah, I thought the right heel.
Yeah, it was in bounds.
It was fully in bounds. I thought the right heel might have hit the edge.
What a play. And it'll be just a tragedy if they do not get this into the end zone, because I think that's a missed call from the official. And listen, that's going at 100 miles an hour, and a tough call for the referee to make on a bang-bang play. But watching the replay, that's clearly into the end zone. So you want to see GW rewarded here for that play. And they'll have half a yard to go here and 4 cracks at it. I like their chances. As they line up with Murphy in the backfield, Klaus in the deep man. Frick under center. Lowers in. Here's the snap. They hand off Murphy. Surges, pushing, and
he's in.
Touchdown.
A little bit of assisted effort there, but he's in the end zone.
They didn't need a radar gun on Murphy crossing the goal line there, but he did, and just a mass of humanity in there. And Murphy manages to get across the plane and put the Grizzlies in front here at 26-20.
Yeah. You got to love seeing the big guy getting the love in the goal line like this, and just hammers, drives the body, keeps pushing forward.
Look at there's 5 Saints there trying to stack him up.
Yeah.
And here comes the second wave and the push from behind to get him in.
And it just rolls them all backwards.
That's good football right there from everybody involved.
Yeah.
The defense, you can't do it much better. And offense took every one of those guys to get Murphy in.
Well, and that heck of a catch, too.
Look out. No good. Again, a bit of a bobbled snap there. And the extra point is missed. So just a 6-point game.
Well, you know, you look at it, too. They got those penalties. They get dropped back. They're pushing forward. They're going back and forth. And it's looking like they're in dire straits here on this drive. And then Grayson Frick comes out of nowhere.
Oh, what a throw.
And throws this monster pass down the field. Colton Holt grabs it by the bitter end, hauls it in, and just about puts it in. But then you got the big man, 69, Mason Murphy, finishes the job.
Yeah.
Great drive by the GW Graham Grizzlies.
Absolutely, yes.
Grizzlies.
To the Grizzlies. 3:11 here to go, third quarter. And once again, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors here sponsoring the webcast and BC High School football. And the Kahooniverse, your source for football, Indigo Rings, MVP Athletic, Subway, our title sponsor, of course, Barron Championship Rings. I got one or two of those. Pro Team, Baden Balls, and Riddell, along with our good friends over at TSN 1040. All sponsoring here at BC Place, and we can't thank you enough. Another squib kick and handled well and taken at the 50 by one of the up men there.
Yeah, big 88. Well, maybe it's 68. Because I don't have an 88 on my list, so.
I don't think I have a 68 either, Matt.
No.
We'll have to check it.
Yeah.
As, I'm not a guy that, let's watch it again here from Holt. Got a bit of a better roll here, but right into the breadbasket.
Yeah, it looks like an 88 to me. He's not on my roster, so good job, 88.
Shout out to 88. Here we go. Saints down 6 now. And just half a football field to go. And no surprise, it's Kai Thomas. And Thomas up the sideline, going to go for a no. He's shoved out.
The cavalry came flying in there and just hit him enough on the shoulder to get him to step out of bounds. Kai Thomas does a good job here. Gets to that outside edge, and he's tight-roping the sideline there because he's using every piece of field he can, but Josh Caverly just gives him a shove there, and he steps out of bounds.
Man, he was not out by much.
No.
That's exactly how he scored on the opening play of the game. A good run nonetheless. Has him just outside the 20 on the 21-yard line. This all work from the left hash. I formation. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Runs into his own man. Runs through a Grizzly. Lost the football. And this one's going back the other way. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Brent Bilodeau on the forced fumble and the return for a major.
Gets punched out of Kai Thomas's hands here. Goes up in the air, and Bilodeau in stride picks it off, and he's off to the races.
Man, is this the play of the game here?
Wow.
A defensive score from GW.
He trips over his own guy there. Gets hit.
Oh, just ripped it out of his hands. Did Zach Rohan?
Yeah.
No, excuse me.
65.
Gortson.
Gortson and Saunders were there for the tackle. Now, they've tied down that whole left side all day long, and they were both in there for that, and it pops straight up in the air.
Oh, man, what a play.
And off Bilodeau goes. I kind of like that little bandana, the white bandana sticking out there, because it was flying as he was flying down the field.
Just a cakewalk from the 50 on into the end zone. Nobody was going to catch Bilodeau from behind, and that is a massive play defensively there from GW.
Yeah.
And now do they go for two here with a 12-point lead, trying to make it a 14-point game. And this game really just got swung on one play.
Yep.
It looked like Langley was coming back, and they were driving downfield, and they were going to be in scoring position and looking to tie this game up. And all of a sudden, one play, and it's a 12-point lead now for GW.
Well, GW is going to talk about, do we want to go for 1 or 2 here and sort this out and figure out what they want to do. And it looks like Frick's coming back out on the field, so they're going to go for the 2-point here. When you got a 12-point lead, it's a 2-score game regardless how you look at it, so you might as well give it a shot, see if you get those extra 2 points.
13 doesn't really do you a whole lot of good, more than 12, so why not go for 2 and get to 14 here and force their hand a little bit?
Yeah, 100%.
And the way that Grayson Frick and Klassen are going here, and now Colton Holt, who's having himself a whale of a game. You got some options offensively here on how you want to draw up this 2-point play. It's not necessarily a guaranteed running situation here by any means.
No, not at all.
And they'll put Murphy in the backfield again here as they'll go from the 3. And it's a handoff. And that's not going to do it.
No.
As Bissett lost a couple. And a nice job there from the Saints defense to deny the 2-point attempt and remain down 12.
Well, they give it to Bissett right off the bat, but he gets pushed back, bubbled back a bit. And that gives the whole defense a chance to get over there.
I think if you're going to hand that ball off, give it to your best running back in Klassen and let him try and make it happen.
Yeah.
And maybe that was the thought that's what the Saints were thinking they were going to do. But listen, that's who got you here.
Yeah.
Give him the rock.
Yeah. I can see a throw to Bissett in the end zone, a fake to
play action or something,
little
naked
play action,
bootleg or something like that. Yeah.
But I don't understand why they gave it to Bissett there. I mean, Klassen's out in front trying to run block.
I'm not
for
taking
him,
anything away from Bissett either.
Nope,
I mean, your playmakers are your playmakers, and not that Bissett's not one, but I just think Klassen's a better option.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they've been working that little slant over the middle as well, and Frick's done a nice job delivering the football in the air as well.
Yep.
I digress, Matt Macri, as it is 32-20 with 2:45 to go here in this third quarter.
As usual, our hindsight is 20/20. So,
as we both wear glasses, a low squibber again, and this one a little more difficult to handle, but a nice job nonetheless to come up with it. As Caleb Riemeyer recovers the kick, and Langley again. Maybe they just want to keep the ball out of 24 hands here on the return, Matt.
I think that's it here.
But they're giving Langley opportunities for short fields here time and time again. And they have the 12-point lead, and I'm not questioning the strategy here, but I'm a little perplexed that these aren't onside attempts. They're kicking to the upbacks here. And I think if you're going to do that, why not kick it a little bit deeper and try and force them a longer field?
Well, and I think, when you're out there, you're trying to get that bounce going.
Here's Thomas again running left, and that's where he's been the most successful. As he rips off another good gain there, that'll move the chains.
Yep. No, I think they're trying to get a big bouncy type kick going on here, and I love this with Kai Thomas. Just finds that hole there.
They're not getting. They've tried it 3 times and haven't got the bounce off the turf that they're looking for. I don't think. Well, both teams out in full force now in their respected end zones, warming up as Notre Dame and Lord Tweedsmuir come up next. Here from BC Place in the AAA semifinals. STM and Van College after that. Here's Thomas running left again. 2 hands on the football as he's shoved out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. I think Coach Piche into this game now. I think he shed the jacket here down. He's got rid of the Letterman jacket down there. He's going with the hoodie now here in the second half. And they got to find a way to come up with 12 points here just to tie with 14 minutes to go in this game.
Well, they got the 20 in the first half, and the GW Graham's been really sticky on giving up any more points in this third quarter so far.
Sure have. And another handoff. This is Joe Hall, and he's gang tackled. Did I see a flag come in at the end of that play? Grizzlies think they got the football again. I thought I saw some laundry come flying. It might have been somebody's towel.
Yeah.
But it will move the chains here for the Saints.
It throws me off when I watch the Chargers games because their gloves are the bright yellow, the same color as the flag. So I'm always thinking there's a flag on the play. But here, Joe Hall just lowers the shoulders. Love this. How he spins the body and picks up that huge yardage afterwards. And the ball came loose, but he was already down before it popped loose.
1st and 10. In between the hash marks here for Gosen. 3 receivers in. Handoff. Joe Hall dragging a tackler as he'll plow ahead for another 8 yards. And it's really a little sugar and spice here with Joe Hall and Thomas. 2 very different backs, but both very effective.
Yeah, and they're definitely mixing it up here. And they're going back to Joe Hall now and letting him pound some yardage through up the middle here, bringing the defense in, making them force it in the box.
And this is right around the area that they were last time before Thomas had the ball knocked loose.
Yeah.
Quick snap. Joe Hall again. Sachets past one man. And let's check the spot here. Right near the sticks, as it was just a 2nd and 2.
I think
I might get a measurement.
we're the guy on the far side, the ref on the far side standing.
First down.
First down, yep. They're saying it's just enough past that line that they're going to give it the first down. Beautiful run.
Game of inches, and they got just enough of them. As the score clock winding down here, I don't know if they're going to get this snap off. They will not. And we are at the end of 3 quarters here from BC Place in this AA semifinal. A good 3rd quarter there for GW as they get the only points of that 3rd quarter. 2 touchdowns, but they miss both extra point attempts and have a 12-point lead with 12 minutes to play. And a potential date with the Vernon Panthers on the horizon. Well, you would think here, Matt, that with 12 minutes to go, Langley is going to have to keep GW off the scoreboard here the rest of the game to give themselves a chance.
Yeah.
A lot of time, and we saw how quickly it can happen with just one play and a forced fumble and a touchdown return.
Well,
but I don't know. I don't know if Langley's keeping GW off the scoreboard the rest of the game here. That's my concern for the Saints.
Yeah.
And they got to find a way to make up 2 touchdowns here.
Yeah, and I totally get what you're saying. And as like I was saying earlier, when you get a game like this, you just wait for a mistake to happen and capitalize on it.
There it was, turnover.
Yeah, ball pops up in the air, the defense capitalized on it, and all of a sudden, instead of being tennis back, forth, they've pulled ahead.
Well, the Saints are driving here. They have a 1st and 10. And Joe Hall wrapped up in the backfield on a excellent tackle by Dylan Myers, who came bursting through. Anyway, Matt, you're letting me know at halftime I should get this score in. The Dinos are Vanier Cup champions as they beat the University of Montreal, 37-13?
27-13.
27-13, your final. Congratulations to the Calgary Dinos. Here's a pitch to Thomas. He's got a seam. Kai Thomas. Touchdown, Langley.
They're going to call it a touchdown. Yep, he's in the end zone.
All the kid does is scores touchdowns.
Yeah, and he does a great job there. That burst of speed, he gets around that outside edge, and off he goes. Flies down the sideline right into the end zone.
I love the workman-like approach from Kai Thomas. Doesn't need the big celly at the end or the spike in the end zone. Couple handshakes, couple high fives, and jog it off to the sideline like he's done it time and time again.
Here he goes off to the races here.
Good
block.
From Warren.
Yeah, gets around that outside edge and just can't shove him up that time. Caverly tried it again, but just couldn't get enough of that shoulder to shove him out of bounds.
Big extra point attempt is good. And just like that, Langley within 5.
Yeah.
And now can take the lead with a touchdown.
Well, this is what they got to hope for, or create an opportunity, a turnover, something, and get this ball back from GW Graham, because if GW Graham goes down and scores again, eats up a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, you can't be trading points at this juncture of the game here, and that's a huge score for the Saints. Now within 5, you know GW is going to come back with a healthy dose of Klassen here and try and milk some clock, control the clock, and run the football. And we'll see if they're able to do that here against the Saints. Tweedsmuir and Notre Dame up next. Renzullo and Narduli against Jones and company for the Panthers. Here comes the kick. It's high. It's a good kick here. Down to the 13-yard line. Caberly on the return. Hand on the back of a teammate following his block. And then runs into a roadblock at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Grizzlies will set up here with 11 minutes and 2 seconds away from a date with the Vernon Panthers in the AA final. But the Saints will have something to say about that.
Well, they ain't giving up, that's for sure. You can see by Kai Thomas there. He gets down there and scores that touchdown, pulls them within 5. And now I think you're going to see a big defensive effort come up here from the Saints to try and get that ball back.
It has been a great football game here, and still lots to be decided. As Grayson Frick stands in the shotgun, takes the snap, he'll hand off to Klassen. And he'll lower ahead for about 3.
He gets a hand on the blocker's back and just drives him forward and picks himself up. Good 3 yards on the play there. Oh, it looks like more like 4, yeah.
Murphy leading the way. And yeah, they gave him a generous spot there.
Yeah.
And here come the Grizzlies to the line of scrimmage once again. 4 receivers in for this formation. Just a single in the backfield. And Frick in the shotgun. Klassen evades one tackler. Gets to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard further. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 as the Saints defense rises up.
Well, here he goes. Bumps off the first tackler there. Gets turned upfield. Runs over one guy there and drives himself forward.
Well, if you're Coach Aitchison now, Matt Macri, what do you dial up here on a 3rd and 4 from the 35-yard line? You going on the ground? You going in the air? Maybe a little screen action?
I think I wouldn't mind seeing that slant. Bissett across the middle, come right off his defender there.
I got Holt out to the high, short side. Here's Frick in the shotgun going with a hard count. Saints hold their line. And what do we got? Whistle from the back judge here. And Saints pointing towards GW. Illegal shift?
Huh.
You don't see that penalty call very often.
Yeah, I didn't even see anybody move, really. I wonder where the shift was.
So, big penalty there.
Yeah.
3rd and 8 now, and you would think they have to go to the air now.
Yeah. I see a bit of a change of call here.
4 receivers in. Here's Frick. He will throw. 5-step drop. Pumps once. Now he's going to scramble. He's wrapped up and goes. No, he didn't go down. Now he's going to go down. Oh, man.
Huge loss. That's exactly what the Grizzlies couldn't do there.
Oh, I think they might get a horse collar tackle here, though, Matt.
From that little spinorama.
Oh, they put the ball down all the way back at the 10, but I think this is going to be an automatic first down here for GW.
Yeah. Personal foul.
Horse collar tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is devastating there for the Saints.
Yeah.
And what was going to be about a 25-yard sack ends up being an automatic first down. It looked like he was down there, but what an effort from Frick to stay on his feet, but right there.
Yeah, and then spins him around and throws him to the
ground. That looked like jersey, not so much horse collar to me. And I don't know what he's supposed to do there.
Well, it's the pulling them
Excuse
backwards.
me, it's not an automatic first down. I apologize, not an automatic first down. Still 3rd and long here for the Grizzlies. And Frick will throw. He looks over the middle, deep, picked off. There's the turnover the Saints were looking for.
Randhawa picks it off, and his own teammate actually lays him out after the pick here. But what a jump underneath the receiver, who I do believe was Liam Dallas, to get that ball.
And there was always going to be danger of this, throwing deep over the middle into a zone defense and one-on-one coverage out there. Stepping in front of his man was Randhawa, as he just took that one away from Liam Dallas. And then might have had a good return if not being knocked down by his own teammate.
Yeah. He was going in the opposite direction of the Grizzly. So this is huge for the Saints because this puts them right at center field, and they've got lots of time left on that clock.
Just down 5 with 8:48 to go here in this AA semifinal. And the Saints coming off a turnover here, get the ball at midfield. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Good cut. Thomas still going. Thomas across the 40 to the 44-yard line. What a run. Man, this kid is fun to watch.
Yeah, he's got such a burst of speed and so strong on his feet, too. Here he goes. He comes around the outside here, gets away from one tackler, busts through 2 of them. They're dragging Liam Dallas.
The amount of yards he picks up after initial contact is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's not a huge guy.
Nope. Just keeps driving those legs. Low center of gravity, drive those legs.
1st and 10 here for Langley. Here's Gosen to Thomas, makes the cut. He's got another 10. He's got more than that, as he'll get down near the 20 to the 21, as he rips off another 16 yards. I don't know what the totals are on Kai Thomas right now, but he's got to be well north of 100 yards.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe close to 2.
And here, great job. He just watching. He just keeps cutting those legs, moving those feet, driving, covering that ball up, fighting with everything he's got. He makes you tackle him. He's not making it easy on you at all.
Quick snap. Thomas again, who's got to be gassed after 2 straight runs, and this one goes nowhere. As always tough on a running back, Matt, to feed a guy 3 times in a row, especially after a couple big runs. And this is not good news here for Langley now, Matt, as Kai Thomas down on his back after that last run right there. Let's watch how he goes down here, see if something gets folded up maybe.
I think
a lot of body weight on top of that.
Yeah.
At the end of that play as they roll off him here.
And it's his knee. He's gripping at his knees.
Oh,
and
man,
a lot of pain down
this
there.
would be absolutely devastating here for the Saints and Kai Thomas if this is a serious injury, and it looks to be. We'll take a quick break here on Sports Canada TV and be back for more BC High School football playoff action presented by Subway right after this. Thomas being carried off the football field here as we get back underway. And GW gets into the backfield courtesy of Jaden Klassen to make a big tackle for a loss. And man, that is difficult to watch. A kid who is having a game like that have to be carried off the football field in the most crucial time of the game and the season. And it looks like his afternoon is done. Maybe a high ankle. I don't think it's knee here, Matt, the way they're working on him right now, which is good news, I suppose. But it just changed this football game instantly without 24 in the backfield.
Yeah, huge. I mean, they got number 27 out there who's a good running back in his own, Caleb Raymeyer. But Kai Thomas is just a game changer.
Passing play, look out. Oh, brought in. It's a touchdown. Kieran Davies out of nowhere.
I think that's our first pass of the game, isn't it?
I think it might be. And it goes for a touchdown for the Saints, who are in the lead. 33-32. And Shirley will go for 2 now. Just a little flip lollipop pass here from Gosen to Kieran Davies, who runs underneath that thing into the end zone to put Langley in front.
Davies just gets a step on Liam Dallas there, and that's all he needed. That ball dropped right into his lap.
And you can't blame Dallas for letting Davies get in behind. Like, he's not expecting that.
No, and I think it might have been their first pass of the game.
My goodness. 13 straight points, looking to make it 15 now as the Saints will hand it off to Joe Hall up the middle, and he won't get in.
No.
So, just like that, Kai Davis goes down as he continues to get worked on as they taped a bag of ice to his right leg. Down on the ankle area there for Thomas, who I think is done for the day for sure. But the Saints score 2 straight touchdowns and take a 1-point lead here with 6:37 to go.
And Kieran Davies, who's an excellent linebacker, gets lined up out at wide receiver and does a beautiful job of just bringing that in with him.
Give this Saints team some credit here. They gave up 12 in the third quarter. They get shut out in that third quarter, but come storming here in the fourth. Finishing off the drive to start the fourth quarter, coming up with an interception, changing and turning that into points, and taking the lead here with half a quarter to go.
Well, I think it's going to be huge here for the Grizzlies that they got to march the field, but they got to eat up a lot of time off that clock.
You don't want to give it back?
They don't want to give the ball back. 6.5 minutes left. They got to hold on to that ball.
Well, they got to get the ball first here as Gosen tees it up. And he'll pound it high and deep. Caberlet takes it inside his own 10-yard line. Starts to work left. And what a tackle downfield on special teams.
Well, number 18, Jordan Bowes, comes down there to make the tackle.
Just watch him get off his block and then wrap up Caberlet.
Great job there. Getting off the block, wraps up Caberlet and takes him down.
In the face as well.
The thing here is Caberlet's running sideways. He's got to run up the field. I mean, there's always 5 or 6 free yards that they leave wide open. Run up those yards and then fight for a few, but don't run side to side. You ain't going anywhere then.
So 85 yards to go here for the Grizzlies. Down a point with 6.5 to go in this fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Frick. Fake snap and a wildcat, and Klassen's got a huge gash up the middle.
Big pickup there by Klassen.
20 yards for Klassen on the direct snap. There's a little trickery out of the bag in the playbook for Coach Aitchison.
Well, and Klassen grabs it and just splits right up the middle there. There's room for him to run, and he just drives it straight up.
Give him a gain of 22 on that run. And that is a good way to start a drive right there. There's Frick again. Hands off to Klassen again. And he'll pick up 2. Yes, nice job there from the Saints to limit that game. And you just knew that this game was going to come down to a situation like this. 20-19 in the regular season. Here we sit at 33-32. Clock moving, 5.5 to go. Grizzlies with it, down a point. The AA final awaits the winner of this one to take on the Vernon Panthers. And it's another direct snap to Klassen, who's got a first down and more. And it's nothing really fancy, but I think it's taking the timing off a little bit here for the Saints, not having that second exchange from the snap to the quarterback to the running back. They're going directly to Klassen here, and he's getting to the line of scrimmage that much quicker, which is taking the Saints off the ball a little bit.
Yeah, and it's only half a second, maybe a second difference, but it's huge here. And he's running forward as he's going, too. So as soon as that ball hits him, he's moving forward.
Ball into Saints territory here on the 49. And it's a straight handoff this time. And another couple of yards gained along the ground there. I believe that was Spanner on the carry. It was, in fact.
Yeah. Caleb Spanner trying to get to the outside, but just no space to run there.
See some of our other sponsors here. Skyline Athletics, Go Wireless. Of course, right here at BC Place. Biggest thanks goes out to our title sponsor in Subway. Throwing, completing, and first downing are the GW Grizzlies here. As Frick on an out pattern.
Colton Holt there again, making a big catch when he needed the most.
And he's had a great game, has Colton Holt. Again, just the timing great here. Just straight snap, fire it out, right on the numbers.
Run through the defender.
Good enough for a first down, yes.
Got those pads underneath, brought him up. Number 14, Hayden Horn on the tackle there.
Here we go now. 3:45, clock is moving. So are the Grizzlies downfield here. This drive starting back on their own 15. Here's Klassen again up the middle, and he's hit hard by, I believe, Joe Hall in there.
Yeah.
And trying to be helped up. Easier said than done, trying to pick that beef up off the turf.
I think they went to the well one too many times with that direct snap, too quick. Here he jumps in and gets it.
Listen,
and Joe
they still
Hall's
got
waiting.
close to 5 yards here, Matt.
True enough. Got a good pickup on it.
Second in, let's call it 6. Play clock down to 18. Here's the shotgun snap. He's going to throw again. Same pattern and same player. It's Holt again, fighting for that first down. And let's see where they mark forward progress. I did not like the original spot here from the official. I think that's...
I think he got past that first down marker.
Yeah, I don't think that was a great spot at all.
No.
Let's see if we can catch the tail end of that play and see where Holt ended up, his forward progress. Let's watch the sticks there. I mean, he's got the first down right there.
Right there, yep.
And I don't know why. Oh, the ball came out, Matt.
That's the problem. I didn't even see that.
Neither did I, and that's why the ball got placed back. Here's Klassen trying to pick up the first down. He's got it. That'll move the sticks and keep the clock moving as well. Yes, look at this here from the Grizzlies now, Matt. There are...
Well, they came to play here. They're
just the 24-yard line here, and I don't know what the kicking leg is like or what kind of range he has or how close they need to get here to attempt a field goal, but 2 minutes to go. They got a 1st and 10.
Well, it's been kind of adventurous kicking today altogether, so I don't know if they really want to do that.
It's a run, and it's another 10 yards.
Definitely what Klassen didn't want to do is get out of bounds, though. Get around that corner, fall down in play.
I
keep the
thought I
clock
saw
ticking.
the official wind his hand. I think this clock's going to start as they move and respot the football.
Oh, okay, good. Because Because look at, he comes around the outside here.
Yes, indeed. The clock is moving. And man, would this ever be an impressive drive here for GW if they can finish this thing off? Remember, it started back, with 6.5 to go?
Yep.
Back on their own 15?
Yep.
1.5 to go now, and down near inside the Saints 15. Here's Frick. Here's Klassen trying to find a hole, and there's not one there as Joe Hall yanks him down to the turf.
And Dawa as well is in there on the tackle.
I might have had my numbers crossed up. You might have been right there, Matt. Let's watch it again.
Yep.
As it was ran, 9, not 5.
Kulsher, Randawa. There's 2 of them there. So,
clock's still moving. 2nd and 11 now. 50 seconds to go. High drama here in this AA semifinal. Coming down the stretch. Frick fakes the handoff. Passes over the middle. Complete. Down to the 5. And stop there short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down. And now do the Grizzlies want a timeout? The clock is still ticking here. You would think within field goal range now, but they're going to line up and go here on 3rd down and 1. 15 seconds. Clock still ticking. And now a whistle goes here into the Saints call timeout. They do.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know why the Saints would call a timeout.
They're up a point.
Yeah.
And if nothing, maybe preserve a little bit of time should the Grizzlies score. But you're the one in the lead right now, and I think you got to force GW to take that timeout if anybody's taking it.
100%. And why didn't GW call it right at the end of that play? That would have been the first call there. Give me the timeout. Keep the time on the clock. I got 2 shots at the end zone, and I can still kick a field goal.
Yeah, so 3rd and 1, 13 seconds to go. I think you call that timeout with about 16, 17 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you have the option to either run, pass, whatever you want to do on 3rd down, and you can still call another timeout.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Buckle up. 3rd and 1. 13 seconds to go. Ball on the 5. Grizzlies down a point. Left hash. Murphy in the backfield. Klass in the deep man. Wishbone formation. And it's beef on beef here for 3rd and 1. Handoff. Murphy.
I think he dropped
and
the ball.
He lost the football.
He lost the football.
Saints have it.
Yeah, Joe Hall come up with it there.
Are you kidding me? On a 3rd and 1, they give it to Murphy, and he fumbled the football. Watch it again.
Here's to Murphy, and he never had it.
The exchange
never had the
his
ball.
hands head up.
Yeah.
And didn't look at the football. And the Saints are going to march into the final.
Yep. Unbelievable. 33-32. So you put the 2 scores for the 2 games against these guys, are dead even. Holy smokes.
What a game. And what an effort from both these teams. The Saints, we talked about it. We're going to have to keep the Grizzlies off the scoreboard the rest of the football game, Matt, and that's exactly what they did in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
And it's going to come down to an extra point that is going to win this game.
Well, it was not being able to get those 2 extra points in the 3rd quarter that cost them this game.
That is high school football at its finest right there.
Wow.
What a football game between these 2 clubs. And Kai Thomas hopping on the sideline here. I don't know if he's going to be ready to go for the final or not. He's going to need some serious treatment.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Langley's chances are without Thomas in their lineup, but what a devastating loss here for GW. And what a win for the Langley Saints.
Yeah.
As they pull out a 33-32 victory, outscoring GW in the 4th quarter 13-0 to win it. And then on one of the last plays of the game, a botched handoff.
Wow.
And that's it.
Yeah. And you see it. It was the sticking the hands out for the ball. Instead of just letting him put it in the breadbasket, he stuck his hands out for the ball. Ball comes off the hands and into the dirt.
Wow, 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 wow. What a game. And more to come here tonight from BC Place. 2 AAA semifinals come up. The next one is a 5 o'clock kickoff. 20 minutes from now, we'll have it for you right here on Sports Canada TV. Once again, a big thank you to all our sponsors. TSN 1040, Riddell, Baden, Pro Team, Barron, MVP Athletic, Kahuniverse, Indigo, and of course our title sponsor, Subway Restaurants, for sponsoring the webcast of BC High School football here at BC Place. That'll do it for Matt Macri for the day. I'll be back with Jay Prepchuk in about 20 minutes from now. But for our entire production crew here at Sports Canada TV and everybody involved with BC High School football, we'll talk to you at 5 o'clock for Tweedsmuir and Notre Dame. In the meantime, for the Pigskin, the Gridiron. Enjoy the games, everybody.
Need something to change, need to take off the ass. So get all tonight. And don't tell me to shut up when you know you talk too much, but you don't got to say. I want you out of my head, I want you out of my bed.